Howdy YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Gunman. So today we're going to be slamming some clear coat down on this Isuzu D-Max. So we've got, two quarter panels, tailgate, guard, and a door. We've been doing a few of these. They come in for like a paint defect. Most of the time we try to polish out what we can, but the roofs and the bonnets have been hit with something that, we just have to sand the clear coat down, and sometimes you might just get like a little cut through in the clear coat, but a lot of the time it's just a little bit of color and then just some clear coat over the rest of the panel. So pretty straightforward jobs for me, but I just thought I'd do a video because I haven't used this gun for ages, but I was actually talking to Chris from Spray Guns Direct last night actually about ANIs, right? And he was talking about the ANI Black or the ANI Skull. Well, this is the ANI Black, but it's the Skull edition, right? It got me thinking, I may as well grab that out again and give it a shot and see what it's like. And I tell you what, man, every time I grab this gun, I'm impressed with it because, like, have a look at the size of that fan on it. It's just incredible. I reckon, like, that is bigger than the SATA. Like, that's bigger than the SATA CC. It's one of those things that objectively, this gun here sprays and is built just as good as the guns that are twice of its price, right? So I had a look last night, and these guns come in at about 500, I think. Was it 550 for the digital and 450 for the non-digital, which is pretty impressive. And I think that was the Skull limited edition too. So another thing that Chris was saying is that he's sold over 100 and he's never had any warranty issues. Like, he's never had any broken down, which is impressive. Like, I had one person leave a comment about the ANI Compact recently though on one of my videos, and he said that his fan is like an S pattern, so it's just all wonky. I'm just like, mate, like, send it back. I know where you got it because there's only one place you can get them, and that's Spray Guns Direct. And I know that they will, they'll fix it. If you've opened a box up and it's like that out of the box, they will, they'll warrant it. They'll do what they can to potentially send a setup out, maybe just a fluid tip, an air cap or something first, and they'll sort you out. But objectively, these are up there with the best guns on the market. They spray well at really high pressures. So if you're going for like more flat clear coats and you want to spray with like ultra high pressure down the side, definitely it eats it up. So I say that because some of the cheaper spray guns, they'll break up, the fan will break up and you'll lose the center. Anyone who's put thinners through a spray gun and sprayed it will know what I'm talking about, because thinners does tend to do that, even at, say 2 bar. If you just go to clean your spray gun out, put a bit of thinners through, but don't even touch the air pressure, you will notice that you lose that center section. But that can happen with clear coats generally when you raise the pressure up on some guns, but it doesn't do it on most of the good guns, right? And this is a good gun. So absolutely love it. And this one's got the 1.2 in it. And another thing that's got on the back of that digital gauge is a thermometer. Like, it tells you the temperature of the air that's coming through the spray gun. Now, I did a review on this heated, a heated air blower to dry your paint down between coats. It turns out you can actually fit that heating element to the base of this spray gun and get the temperature of the air right up there in the spray gun to like 30 or 45 degrees. I tried it and I'm like, man, this is stupid. So I'll just be straight up with you. If you see that, so Chris actually did ask me, he's like, he sent me a photo of one of these guns with the heating element on the bottom of it. He's like, do you want one? I'm like, man, as it turns out, I saw someone on Instagram post that. They were talking about how good it was, so I actually just took that heating element off the bottom of that blower, put it onto my ANI Black, and I didn't like it one bit. So what it does is it consumes air, right? So, let's just say you've set your pressure out the wall to 60 psi, and that's just enough to run your air-fed respirator and your spray gun. Well, because the heating element takes pressure, it consumes air, you've got to crank that up to 80 or more just to get that 2 bar pressure out of the spray gun. So that's first thing. Next thing, it was so hot on the hand that it was uncomfortable, even after wearing 2 gloves. And the third thing, I didn't find it made any difference at all. It did not change the way the paint atomized, and I actually want to know, I want to know what advantage people think they would have to having. Look, at the end of the day, like Chris did say, look, think about it. Paint, heat is a painter's friend in pretty much, most situations. But in saying that, only up to a certain point. We are in a heated spray booth, or I am anyway. I'm in a heated spray booth. I set that to 30 degrees. I just find it unnecessary. So I'm wondering, I want to know, are there people out there who think they could do with a, heated air in their spray guns? Because I guess, look, maybe spraying at home, maybe it would be a totally different thing. It would help the paint dry or something like that. But I just didn't see any use at all. But then come to think of it, because that element the heating element took air, right? You may find that, you don't have enough compressed air behind it because you're at home as well. So, I've kind of gone off on this massive tangent about that heated air element where I was just going to do I went into this video just wanting to do a YouTube video just for the sake of it. Just having a chat to the old subscribers and shooting the breeze, talking shit about spray guns. But yeah, the clear coat that I'm using is the PPG LVC-136 clear. It's not one of my favorite clears. It sort of stays a little bit soft for a long time. So I've been heating it up lately. So I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I've been putting it in the microwave for, it depends how much. I think I mixed up, 1 litre, 1.1 litre for this actually. I was left over with an extra 150 mils, so probably could have gone 1 litre, but I just gave it 30 seconds in the microwave. That got it up to 30 degrees. Of course, depending on the time of the year, I won't have to do that, but 3 to 1 to 1 is the mixing ratio I generally aim for, so that's on the thinner side. That's on the high end of what they recommend to put into it. Well, it's the most they recommend to put into it, but I've just found if you put any less in, it just goes on thick and gluggy, and not a real big fan of it. But like I did mention in one of my other videos, I did a whole video actually dedicated to how to get bad orange peel, and that was on one of these cars. So don't give me too much stick in the comments if you're laughing at my orange peel. I'm definitely capable of better than this, and this gun is also capable of much better than this too, but I deliberately leave these a little bit peely just for the sake of making them match the rest of the car. But let us know what you think, guys. Would you use one of these ANI Blacks? Do you think they're a good looking gun? Would you trust them? They've been made in Italy since 1962, I believe. So the quality on these ANIs is actually amazing. I've had one of the R160s. So that's the midi spray gun. I've had one of them go on me, but it was just one of the seals, and it's from over tightening the fluid tip on it, right? So that kind of comes full circle back around to one of the things that I have harped on over the years. Don't over clean your spray guns. Don't pull them apart too many times. So again, I was talking to Chris last night. So his analogy was about watches, right? He gets into his Tag Heuers and his Tissot's, and he said, look, at the end of the day, it does everything that you need it to do. You can pull it apart, but compare it next to the Rolex. You can pull that apart and put it back together 100 times, and it's always going to go back together fine. So I guess my point is the Sada, De Vilbis, and Iwata, and I'd probably even put the Segola in the same camp, to be honest. That's in the Rolex camp, right? Whereas you go to the ANI, functionality is as good, if not better, and it probably actually is a little bit better. You look at the size of that fan, absolutely incredible. But like I say, you pull them apart, put them back together too many times, you may have, and at the end of the day, this is like I said before, you may have a seal that's worth $6 go on you. You know what I mean? So it's you got to think about it it's not even an expensive part that's going to go on you. You know what I mean? So that's about it for this video, guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. Look, I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I just felt like doing a video. Because I was talking to Chris last night, and he had just come back from a trip to Italy to the ANI factory. So he said he had a great time, and it just bumped it all up in my mind, and I thought, hey, let's do a YouTube video on the ANI. But this is another one, the F160. These guns here, man, they're like 170 bucks. But then you've got your DV1 Gambler Edition. You're looking at over $1,000. But yeah, now I come to think of it, I'll have to do another F160 video. Why not just something like this? Because that's a 1.3 absolute beast of a gun. And that Gambler, we're going to be doing a giveaway on that, yeah, at the end of the next week or something. So keep an eye out for that. Now, I just will give you the heads up that you will need an Instagram account to enter for that. So yeah, we'll get into that in the review. So until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.